folks, and it's Brian with Foxfire Armory again, and this week's video is going to be a pretty short one, and I just wanted to go over 3 types of lanterns that I think everyone should have, whether you're a prepper, homeowner, anything. Just 3 lanterns that are great all-around usage. Relatively cheap options to a little bit more expensive options. 3 different fuel sources also, and why, in my opinion, I feel like these 3 style lanterns are just the way to go. So without further ado, let's get into the 3 lanterns. All right, so as you can see on the table here, we got the 3 types of lanterns. And first one to start off here with is your basic hurricane lantern. And this is a wick style. I believe this is the 1/2-inch wick that I have here. It's a basic Stansport. This particular one, I want to say it cost me maybe $12. And then the fuel, which is just a paraffin, odorless, smokeless, so you can use this indoors. I think this fuel cost me, this gallon jug cost me maybe $11, $12 also. So between the two, you're talking roughly $20 to $30. You can get nicer ones. Dietz is a brand that makes a really quality one of these, but bang for the buck, this guy works, does everything I need it to do. And obviously this fuel is relatively cheap, stores well, and can be used indoors. The other style we got here is your typical Coleman fuel. This one is the dual mantle lantern, and you pump it. This one does get very bright, but it also puts off odor and does put off smoke, so I wouldn't recommend using one of these in the home. You could in theory, but I definitely would not recommend it. And it just is gonna take your basic Coleman style fuel here. They do make ones that also take gasoline. This is an older model, and it's recommended to only use the Coleman fuel or similar. And then the last one is going to be something like this, and this is just your basic LED lantern. So let me kill the lights here, and we'll take a look at all 3 of these in the dark, and then we'll kind of quickly talk about the main uses for each one of these. All right, so let's get started with the LED lantern here. Now, it may be hard to see, but you can kind of tell that it's actually glowing. And that's one of the things I actually really like about this Princeton lantern. It takes 3 AAA batteries, I believe, or 3 AA batteries. There's 2 different models of these. There's the smaller one, like a mini, and then there's a larger one. I can't remember which one this is. I believe this is the mini that takes 3 AAAs. So, very cool. You can find it at night. This is actually what I call my bedside lantern, and this one always stays on my nightstand in case we have a power outage like we did the other night. Now, what's very cool about the LED, let me turn it down just a little bit there. You can see I get a red light. Now this is going to be great because this is going to save your night vision. And this actually does get rather bright, as you can see. And this is just on this one is the 3 AA's. I can actually see it now. And I'll put a link to this one or actually to all 3 of these in the description. This is the Helix Base Camp from Princeton Tec. It's hangable, it collapses. It's got some other really nice features, along with, obviously, the standard light. And it does get very bright. So, super lightweight lantern, and can be compacted down to throw into a bag. And like I said, again, as you can see here, glows in the dark. So, super handy little light to have. All right, so the next one we're going to do here is the Stansport Hurricane Lantern. Sorry, gotta clear my throat. Allergies have been acting up really bad lately. So, and with this one, as long as I don't put this out there, it's as simple as that. There's a little lever here that allows you to lift up, and then once you have it going, you can drop it down, and as you can see, it gets pretty bright. And then you just have the little knob that lifts and raises and lowers the wick that's in there to give you the output that you're looking for. And for being a fairly cheap lantern, it gets pretty bright, and it does a pretty good job. And these are great because you can hang them. They do have the carry handle. You can swing them. They're not going to go out. That's kind of the point of these, right? They're designed for the hurricanes. So super cheap option. Fuel's super cheap. Very bright. You will have to eventually clean the glass at some point because it does kind of get dirty on the inside. But great option if you're looking for something around the house to basically have in case of emergency, right? It's the whole point of a hurricane lantern. And then these are also great if you're looking for something that you are going to take outside with you or take camping with you that you can hang. So that's the Stansport. And then to put it out, you just turn the wick down and let it go out. And that's it. All right, now the Coleman here definitely takes a little bit more to get going. And so you actually do have to prime it. And then you get the fuel going. And as you can see, you can potentially get a flame out the top here. And then once you kind of get it going, give it a few more pumps. It'll kind of siphon out some of that fuel, and then we can turn it down to where it should be. So again, this one has the carry handle, but like I said, this one can put off some fumes since it is burning actual fuel. But this one actually gets super bright, as you can tell. It also gets super hot. So this would be one that if you're looking for something as more of a portable lantern, something that you're gonna use outside more often than not, this might be the way to go. You will tend to burn through the fuel a little bit more with these. And like I said, they're not great for indoors. And you have to kind of repeatedly pump them to keep the fuel going. So for camping stuff, these are great because they're super bright. Probably the brightest of all these here when you're outdoors. Obviously you got to replace the mantles and stuff, but they're tried and true, and they just work. And then to turn it off, you just turn the fuel off, give it a minute, let the mantles go out. All right, so there you have it. Like I said, Stansport, and this one, we've had it off for a little bit here. Wasn't running super long. Top is not very hot. That's one of the other nice things about this. Obviously, our little LED guy here is never gonna be hot. And like I was saying before, here's the little kind of legs that you can take out. It can hang. And you got the carry handle. And just so you can see what I was talking about before, it actually will collapse down to that. And then just to get it up, you just pop it back up. And then obviously the red light on this is gonna be great. So what would really be the use for this one? Backpacking. It's also great for camping. You can throw it in the tent. If you need to read a map, obviously the red's gonna be great. That is why this sits on my nightstand, because this is my go-to if the power goes out. The fact that it is also has the glow in the dark, I guess, shield here, it just makes it super easy to find if the power does go out. So then that brings us to the Coleman here. Now I'm not gonna touch this because this is super hot on top. The Coleman, like I said, this is gonna be more of your camping, outdoors style lantern. They're great to hang if you're looking for something to basically put off a ton of light for a workspace, right? So for me, I use this when we're camping at night. If I'm cooking, I'll hang this up on either just put it on the picnic bench or hang it actually from a metal bar that I have that's just a hook. And this thing gives off great light. It also does give off heat, so you could actually warm yourself up with it. But like I said, this one is more of an outdoor use, but they are very easy to use and they produce a ton of light. And then lastly, these are just hard to beat. They're the traditional old school style hurricane lanterns. Fuel is super cheap. It basically lasts forever. The lanterns themselves, you can get really good ones. You can buy cheaper ones. They're super durable. and they work. That's pretty much it. So there you have it. And if you're looking for a lantern, any one of these, I will link them. They're all great options. If you're gonna do the Coleman, I'll actually link this one. Not this particular model, but the dual fuel model of this in the description below if you're interested in picking up any of these. So thank you for checking out the content. Like I said, short one for this week. Been doing a bunch of stuff, getting a lot of stuff done around the house, trying to pull together some stuff for the giveaway, and just figure out some more content for you guys. So thanks again. Hope you enjoyed. Till next time.